When people hear the word open contact, their minds automatically jump into invasion, collapse, saviors, and an instant utopia. But post-contact is not just one event. This is going to be a multi-year transition. And the first thing that changes is not the technology. The first thing that is going to change is psychology. It's going to be truth. It's going to be how the society is regulating their nervous system. We have to regulate that first. So I'm going to share this in two ways. Number one, the common sense scenario plan. This is going to be how the humans and the systems behave after a reality shock. Number two of my Akashic records opening with galactic protocols involved. This is going to be consent-based contact. This is going to be non-coercion. Humans need to govern themselves. They need to know that free will exists and they can have the choice. But overall, the feeling that I'm getting is that this is going to be guidance and not a takeover. In the first 72 hours, the threat and emergency is not going to be in the sky. It is going to be on the internet. There is going to be deep fakes. There is going to be hoaxes. There are going to be insiders. There's going to be panic. There is going to be propaganda. There is going to be cult recruitment. Everybody is going to be asking the same exact question. Who do I trust? So the first post-contact tech that humanity needs is not going to be a craft. It's going to be a truth infrastructure, and this is going to show the cracks. There are going to be clear briefings. There is going to be a verification lane and a way to label what is confirmed versus not confirmed. The second is going to be a mental health crisis. Then comes the meaning shock. People don't ask if they are real. What they're going to ask is, what is God? What is death? What is real? What is not? What is my life? What is my identity? What is my purpose? You're gonna see people having insomnia. What you're gonna see is anxiety spikes. There's going to be families that are disputing one another, a religious crisis, and then there's going to be rage at institutions. That's when the real work finally starts. This is going to be where we stabilize the nervous system of the whole collective. Because the risk isn't immediately humans turning on humans. What it is the scapegoating. What it is the witch hunts. So there are going to be security shifts towards de-escalation and stabilization, not aggression. The government is going to scramble to create one clear, coherent interface, not a one world government, but it is going to be one consistent contact communication channel. And this is where everybody is going to get their news from. What follows after is going to be the stabilization window. This is going to be between 3 days to like 4 weeks. During that time, the markets are going to wobble, people are going to freeze. This is going to where people are going to stop working, some are going to stop working, some are going to hoard. The goal is going to be simple during that time. What is going to be needed is that we keep the essentials running, meaning anything that has to do with food, fuel, medicine, banking, confidence, and the power restoration. There's going to be a lot of messaging that is going to say that we're not rebuilding the world today, but what we are doing is keeping the lights running because they're all going to be scrambling. There is going to be a religion and a spirituality reform right after. Some are going to call them demons, some are going to call them divine. Most people are going to be really confused. But in the long term, religion is not going to disappear. It's going to reform itself. This is going to renegotiate itself into new worldviews. And yes, the Vatican will be involved because they have secrets to spill. There will be more mysticism. There is going to be more direct experiences that you can be a part of if you want to be. And there's going to be a creation that is going to be bigger than what we actually thought. But there's going to be a new worldview of what people thought God or source was and how big it truly is, which adds on our AI layer because AI is going to be a main character in disclosure, but it's going to be a support layer. So what this means is it's going to help verify information very rapidly. It's also going to summarize any type of briefing. So any type of really long reports, it'll be able to analyze it quickly. It's going to translate all of those updates, and then it's going to optimize all of the logistics. This is going to help disclosure move in digestible waves like we have been talking about, so society does not crack under pressure. Around 2 to 6 months post-disclosure, disclosure, this is going to be the reveal window. So if truth does drop like a cliff, society is going to collapse. So what we need to do is build a staircase for disclosure. Wave 1 is going to be confirmation and orientation. 2 is boundaries, because you cannot intervene with them. It's in their own timing. Like I said, civilians have a big major part to play with this, but the boundaries are going to be in place around what contact will and will not do. Wave 3 is going to come in slowly and carefully. This is going to be the wave all about history and secrecy. Wave 4 is all about accountability. So there's going to be hearings, there's going to be investigations, there's going to be restructuring on everything. And then wave 5 is about participation. When you finally get there, we can finally participate. Yet again, 2 to 6 months window. So this is going to be how the public is going to engage very safely. Overall cultural theme is going to be about stop outsourcing your sovereignty to the government, to influencers, to visitors of any kind. Do not view us as gods. Do not worship us. You are also powerful. Believe in yourself. And then everything is going to be audited out of public pressure. That means the media, science, politics. You're going to see resignations. You're also going to see reorganization and a lot of people that did not know. But on the most stable timeline, the goal is to repair without total collapse. Between 6 to 24 months, this is where we're going to have integration programs begin, and this is where things are going to get real. The curriculum is going to be ethics. It's going to be conflict resolution, emotional intelligence. This is what we're craving. We want media literacy on top of that, because discernment is going to become a survival skill. And this is where the education is going to switch. During that window with health, it's going to be all about prevention and then trauma repair. The first medical priority is not going to be the advanced tech. It's going to be about stabilizing trauma patterns within the population. Stress, anxiety, addiction, nervous system complications, burnout. These are things that we have to heal. And then ecology is going to start becoming a unified mission. This is where a shared global project is going to reemerge around restoration, reforestation, oceans, infrastructure resilience. This is going to create jobs, meaning, stability, while everything else changes. And then 2 to 10 years, this is going to be the new normal. So the culture is going to shift slowly, but it's going to shift permanently. This is where the fantasy dies and then real evolution begins. So it's not instant utopia, it's not an instant collapse, but it is a gradual shift from consumption into contribution, from secrecy into transparency, to trauma-ridden relationships, to boundaries and truth. Contact is going to be less sensationalized, and it's going to become more of how do humans actually govern themselves ethically in a bigger reality. So post-contact is not about aliens saving us, it's about humanity maturing. Emotionally, ethically, socially. And if the galactic protocols are consent-based, then the message stays the same. It's going to be that we advise and you decide. I'm Sarah Starr, your Galactic Federation ambassador, here to remind you of who you truly are. And if you're interested in knowing about your starseed origins and where you personally are from and how everything works in your life specifically, book a starseed origins reading with me or a natal chart reading. We'll dive into your karma, your soul history, your primary, secondary lineages. I'll dive into your energy, what's going on in your life. So if you're interested in that, in navigating your path from here on out, book one of those readings with me or a session at my website, sarahstarofficial.com, or the link in my bio. Follow for more.